Welcome. Let's be honest. You were most likely watching your favorite street food video, maybe someplace Samarkand in Kazakhstan, and this showed up on the side pane, and you realized, heck, you only have 3 months to study for the GRE. Well, 3 months is enough. But, and this is a big but, it is a fat ass. Only if you focus on the right material. Folks, 3 months is more than enough time to prep for the GRE, but you have to be laser focused on the right material. If you are laser focused on the wrong material, you will not find 3 months to be enough. For that matter, even 1 year of preparing using the wrong material is not enough. So that is the good news. I'll give you another example. In an extreme case, think that you only have 1 month to prepare for the GRE. Or let's make it even extreme. You only have a day to prepare for the GRE. What is the right material so you do your best on the GRE in one day? Well, in this extreme case, the right material is that you get a peek of the exam a day in advance. That is the best way to prepare for the exam, right? You see all the questions before and you have 24 hours just to mug up all the answers, then go to the exam hall and just write that exam, just spit out everything. And you'll get a perfect score, there's no doubt about it. So the point I'm trying to make is that given any amount of time, there is always the right material. Now, how realistic is it that you're going to get the exam a day before you take it? Well, that's not very likely. So let's get back to the issue at hand. You have 3 months for the GRE, you're panicking, but hey, you know what? 3 months is enough. And this video is going to point you to the right material so that you can spend your time wisely. A big warning. A big warning. You will find that if this is your first day that you're opening your book and you want to study for the GRE, there is an information overload which will numb your mind. The internet is full of infinite information regarding the GRE. And the more time you spend trying to absorb this information, the more you're wasting your time, because this is information overload. It is the noise, it is not the signal. And this video will help you to filter the signal from the noise so that you have the maximum use, the most efficient use of your time. The reason I say this is because most third-party content is obfuscating. Yes, this is your first GRE words. Obfuscating means confusing. Obfuscating is a confusing word. Most third-party content is obfuscating because the answers are unrealistic. The diction, the choice of words is unrealistic. The key to cracking the GRE is to understand that diction is key. The GRE makers use a very certain style, a style of academic writing. They have a certain choice of words which they use. And unless the answer choices that are provided with the practice questions have the right diction, have the right style, the right flow, the right grammatical construction, you will be practicing on the wrong material. You will not get enough experience trying to understand and spot the style of the GRE. And many times, especially if you are trying to use the process of elimination, you have 5 answer choices, getting a hang and feel, getting a sense of this diction, the word choice that is being used by the GRE makers can help you eliminate the wrong answer choices. And this can be a lifesaver in many situations. So, to cut a long story short, what I recommend is if you have 3 months for the GRE and you don't know where to start, ignore everything and just focus on the official ETS GRE material. And what do I mean by the official ETS GRE material? The official ETS GRE material is essentially just 3 books. These are the 3 books that you really need to buy, the hardcover. So go to your neighborhood friendly bookstore or order these on Amazon, even if they are used. If you cannot afford this, just go for the used stuff. It doesn't matter. What you need is a hard copy of these 3 books. The official GRE general test. This has 4 real practice tests included. It has strategies to take the exam. It has sample questions. It gives you some very good background of the GRE, what exactly is the material that needs to be covered, the whole entire syllabus of the official GRE. This is a must have. There's also additional real test questions with explanations available in the GRE verbal reasoning workbook as well as the GRE quantitative reasoning workbook. Now, these questions are authentic, the real deal, the genuine GRE questions. 150 verbal and 150 quant. Buy these. Buy these 2 additional books. You can buy them cheap on Amazon, used books. Okay? The reason they are so important is because this is the real deal. The diction, the word choice, everything is like it is on the official GRE. And you know the beauty of the GRE material? The beauty is this stuff is so difficult that you will most likely forget your answer choices within a week of doing those. What that basically means is you can actually repeat these questions at least 2 or 3 times. And that is enough. Guys, trust me, you don't need to get new material. Having this material and working on it again and again is what is needed. Now, you might get confused because the GRE website also talks of something called a superpower pack. Okay, now this does not mean you're going to get superpowers. All this means is that this is a superpower pack. It gives you a 10% discount, which is a very measly discount, no matter how you look at it, by bundling all these 3 different books into one bundle. If you are an economics student, you will realize that this is a way for the GRE guys to make more money. Bundling is a way to extract consumer surplus. So don't think the ETS folks are doing you a favor by bundling these 3 and putting it at a 10% discount and selling it to you as a superpower pack. Go to Amazon and buy a used book. Or if you can afford it and you want to buy all 3 books, go for the superpower pack. You'll get a 10% discount. Clearly, after taxes, it's going to be more. But this is the material you need to use to practice all the theory behind the GRE. Now, theory is not enough. You need to practice. You need to practice the exam. You need to practice taking the real exam. All right. Now, the good news is the official guide to the GRE comes with 4 real practice tests. Okay, these are real. The reason they are real is because 9 out of 10 times you'll find that whatever mistakes you make in these exams, you're also going to make it on the real test. If you find you're running out of time while you're writing these exams, believe me, you're going to have the same problem on the real test. So take these very, very seriously. Out of these four practice tests, there'll be two which are in the book, they're paper written, and the other two will be online in the computer adaptive test. Most likely, you will be taking the computer adaptive test, so you should definitely prepare the computer adaptive test using this material online. Now, in addition to this, there is a bunch of other material, official material on the ETS website as well. Now, this material is not free. Most of it costs money, and honestly, rather than spending a lot of money on third party stuff, if you have a choice, I will recommend you use that money to buy these tests. Okay. Now, in the first row here, you have the Power Prep 1, which is the first test here. And on the first row, third column, you also have Power Prep 2. Now, these are the two tests that I mentioned come free. Okay, these are the two tests that come free when you register for the GRE. Go ahead and take these tests. Okay, the first thing you should do as soon as you register for this GRE exam is go through the official material once, get familiar with all the strategies, okay? And then in the first week, just go ahead and write this Power Prep 1, okay? Don't think you're going to waste this exam by writing it. I'll recommend you to write it ASAP. And there's two reasons for that. The first reason is the Power Prep 1 exam will tell you where you stand, okay? The GRE test is scored on a scale of 170 points. And if you write this test and you realize you only get 130 out of 170, you know where you stand. Okay, you know you panic, right? And that's good because now you know what are the areas that you need to focus on. The second reason why you need to take this test is because if you stumble upon the many videos on YouTube or other material online, what you'll find is that 9 out of 10 of these videos will actually teach you how to do the GRE by using material from the power prep tests. Well, that is stupid, right? You're going to use up all the material just to teach you how to take the test, and you're going to lose all this good material from GRE. So before you even stumble accidentally upon these videos and you see some of those questions repeating on this exam, you should just go ahead and take it. Okay, that's one reason to do it. Now, the second thing here is the Power Prep online practice test one untimed. Now, you don't need to do this, okay? Because this is exactly the same as the Power Prep practice test one. It's just untimed. There is no score provided. This is a waste. Don't even look at this. Okay, so you want to do Power Prep 1. There's also Power Prep 2. It's an online practice test. This one you should take sometime in week 6. Okay, and again, this is precious material. You just want to do it right before you stumble upon it or you see it somewhere else. So do that as well. Now, there's something called Power Prep Plus, which is, as the name suggests, plus. It's plus because supposedly it gives you more questions, but in reality, it is plus because it also is very, very expensive. It is a minus on your wallet. You will have to pay $20 a pop for each of these practice tests. So that will be $60. Now, the good news here is that this money is money well spent because these are the official questions from past GREs. Okay, this is good material, and these questions are in a timed environment in a computer adaptive test. So this is money well spent. Also note that each of these tests come with two essays. Each of the Power Prep Plus tests come with two essays. So you'll have 6 essays, and each of these essays will be graded. Each of these essays, I repeat, will be graded by the E-rater. So you will get an official score of your essay writing skills. Okay, and this is the bare minimum score you can expect to get, because this score is provided by something called the e-rater. It is a computer program which will rate your exam, and this is the bare minimum score you're going to get. Okay, so if you find when you write these essays the first time you get a score of 4, you can be pretty sure that 4 is the minimum score you're going to get on the actual exam. If anything, it can only go up. Okay, so this is money well spent, because you have ex- essays which will be graded by the real deal. Okay, because the same software is also going to grade your official ETS GRE exam essays on test day. Okay, now there's also something called Score It Now. This is a bit expensive. I think it's about 20 bucks, and all it does is just scores your essays. Well, I'll say don't even buy this. Rather, just buy a Power Prep Plus exam, because you'll get grading of the essays as well as you'll get a full computer adaptive test. So don't buy Score It Now. Last but not the least is something free, which is good. It is very rare that ETS will do this for you, but there is this PDF. It is a practice book for the paper delivered GRE general test, and there is a free paper based test with GRE quality questions in here as well. Okay, so and this is available, just Google it. It's a PDF, it's available on the ETS website free of cost. So, all said and done, there are basically three study material that you really need to invest in for the GRE. Okay, and there will be also additional stuff you can buy, which are mainly practice tests. All in all, there are 8 official practice tests that along with these three material. Now, in 3 months' time, this is more than enough material. Like I said, you can go through all of this once and then repeat it. And I'll guarantee you that you will forget the answers that you gave the first time you did everything, because the GRE questions and even the answer choices are very confusing. So as long as you do not mark anything on the paper inside the book, you can always go and practice this a second time. This is gold, okay? And 3 months is enough time to go through all of this. This is good news, guys. All said and done, if your friends spent like an year doing all kinds of other material, and then in the last month before the exam, they stumble upon the ETS material, assuming that they have now prepared very well and they will ace the GRE material, well, let me tell you, they are in for a rude shock. Most of the time what they'll find is all the practice material that they looked at from these third party providers and all the strategies they developed will most likely not be applicable for the official GRE tests. They'll find that they will not get good scores on the official GRE material, even though they are doing very well on the third party prep material. Whereas you, if you focus on this for 3 months, you'll find in the first 2 months, if this is what you're doing, and the third month you're writing the exams, you will most likely score better than the other students who spend all their time focusing on the third party material. The reason I took all this time to explain and walk you through this material is to make you sensitive, is to sensitize you to the fact that 3 months is enough time if you focus on the right material. So do not waste any time. Go to the GRE website, buy all this material, or go to Amazon.com. You know exactly what to buy. Just go and buy this and stay away from all third party material.